Hello, welcome to the Citrus Garden. If you're new here, my name is Christina. If you're not new here, hi, welcome back. It's great to see you. This is a reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or if you have any other significant Sagittarius placements, there may be a message in here for you. So Sagittarius, I just keep hearing for you. Thank God for Sagittarius. It feels like it, so it might be you who's feeling that way, like it's the sense of relief, or it might be somebody else in your space in some way. Just take it how it resonates. I'm just gonna, because it kind of feels like it's somebody else, but it may be you. I'm not sure. So it's kind of coming through like thank God for Sagittarius. Like either like, it feels kind of like you're helping somebody without even knowing that you're doing that. Sagittarius is how it's feeling. It was kind of coming through as like an answered prayer, like you're answering someone's prayer, or like you're helping them in a way that I feel like you're not seeing that way. Like it doesn't feel like you're aware of what it is that you're doing or how you're helping or that kind of thing. It's just kind of something that you feel called to do maybe, or something like that. It was also kind of coming through like it could be something like someone like a friend or something, that like as an example, as like a metaphor, like perhaps you're meeting up with a friend, right? At a set time. Well, okay, so yeah, it could be something like that. Like or there's like a set event that you're going to, right? But I feel like Sagittarius, you got like stuck in traffic or something, or like it's kind of coming through like that. You got stuck in traffic, and so you're running late, and when you get there, the friend is like, thank God, Sagittarius. Like it feels kind of like there's a relief, like they were worried about you, or they thought something happened to you, or it's kind of coming through like that. Like there's a sense of relief here. I don't know why. And I feel like also for you Sagittarius, you might not even know. It kind of feels like unexpected, like not realizing that you had such a big impact on somebody, or that kind of thing. Because I'm using the tea leaves. I haven't pulled cards yet from this deck, but I was seeing the bow card, which comes with the message, you are highly thought of. And usually that comes through when you are not aware of it, right? Because it's kind of like there's somebody like looking at the person from behind, right? So it's kind of coming, well, it's not really a secret admirer, because it is kind of coming through with like somebody that you know, but that you don't know how big of an impact you have on their life, is how it's coming through. You are highly thought of by this person. Perhaps they're not expressing that to you, or there's something about like you're not aware of your impact, or how you've been helping someone without them expressing that in some way. So just to be aware of that, Sagittarius. I'm not sure if that's going to come up again in your reading, but that was just like this message that was coming through very strongly for you. Okay, Sagittarius. The tea leaves. Usually I use the tea leaves with, like I am going to use the Alchemy deck, but usually I use the tea leaves with some other oracle, but today it's just wanting to be the tea leaves by themselves. Interesting. Chair empty. Someone is leaving your life. Rooster. An arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. Hopefully that person is leaving your life. That's how it's going through. An arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. Interesting. So maybe you have been dealing with a situation like okay. This is another message that was coming through that I forgot about until now. There was another Sagittarius reading I did months ago. I don't remember when. I don't remember what it's called. I do remember what it's called. It's the stamp of approval. I'll link it above. That was a Sagittarius reading that may have something to do with this reading. It doesn't have to, but it is coming through. So I'll link it above for you in case you're interested. But it's kind of coming through with like Sagittarius, you're dealing with something to do with work, or like if it's not work, it's a situation that has been adding a lot of work to your plate, or perhaps dealing with someone difficult or dealing with a difficult situation. I feel like that situation is coming to an end. It's like that energy of being stuck in traffic, right? So it's kind of like you have been dealing with something that I feel like you have been sort of like, it kind of feels like you've been dealing with it independently or on your own. And it's kind of like your loved ones have missed you. That's basically what's coming through for you, Sagittarius. Like, because the situation's now over, the traffic is clear, that kind of thing. It's like you're back, right? That's how it's feeling for you, Sagittarius. You are back, or you've returned, or your energy is like kind of feeling like it's being restored, and your friends and family are like, thank God, Sagittarius. Like, we were so worried about you, or like, it's kind of coming through like that. That's how it feels. But so I feel like you're not aware of that though, because you've been focusing on this, whatever this is. Someone's leaving your life, and it feels like an arrogant, boastful person that you should not cross. And I feel like that has been occupying a lot of your attention or your focus or your energy. So maybe there's been other aspects in your life that haven't been like people, relationships, friends and family who have been missing your energy, Sagittarius. That's how it's coming through. So if you are dealing with a difficult situation, I feel like it is ending in the process of that. Yeah, career. It feels very work oriented, because that reading that I was mentioning, the stamp of approval, just what I remember from it. I haven't rewatched it, but I will after this, of course. But from what I remember about that reading, it was kind of this energy of like Sagittarius in that reading was feeling frustrated with a work environment in which their boss or somebody who was above them in some way was sort of like taking their ideas, or like taking credit for their ideas or something like that. It was kind of coming through with, or just like not compensating you or giving credit to you for your work and your ideas and that kind of thing. So it could be career related. It could be any sort of like work or project or creativity that you've been working on. That seems to be your focus right now. And it feels like the others around you, your friends and family, the ones who care about you, are saying like, thank God the situation is over. Sagittarius can like be less stressed about it now. It's kind of feeling like that. But I feel like for right now, you're still in it to some degree. There's an energy here of compensation that's coming in. Like being compensated for something, like compensated for time or work that you've put in. Because there's this metaphor, like I don't know. I feel like it was maybe a situation where your work was either not being credited or you weren't getting paid for it, is how it's coming through. Like there wasn't compensation in whatever form that is for the work that you were putting in. Interesting. Chair filled. Chair filled. That's really lovely. Okay, someone new is entering your life. So it could be something where it's like you're leaving a job that hasn't been treating you well, or hasn't been paying you enough, or hasn't been, I don't know, whatever it is. It's been taking more from you than it has been giving. I feel like you're entering into something new, right? You have the chair empty into the chair filled. which is great. Someone new is entering your life. I feel like whatever this new thing is, it's going to be, well, let's pull cards, but I feel like it's going to be what you were hoping the first opportunity was, but wasn't. Yeah, pay attention to your finances. The purse. It feels kind of like there's your finances or resources in whatever. It could be energy, right, as well. Energy and time. You have a younger man, sorrow over a loss, frying pan at the bottom of the deck. Interesting. Pay attention to your finances, though. I feel like there was something about like compensation is really what is coming through here, because I feel like there's a metaphor that was coming through with the past workplace, for example. It might not be that for you. I'm just gonna speak to it from that lens because the career card is out. Where like a past workplace, for example, let's say they paid you, but they only paid you in gift cards that were for the store that you were working at, for example. That's how it was coming through. So it might be something where it's like you were being paid, but paid only in gift cards that ultimately went back into the shop that you're working for, right? That's how it's feeling to me. And that's obviously not fair compensation. It's kind of like, because perhaps other areas of your life were struggling, or you couldn't pay other aspects of your life, that kind of thing. I feel like whatever is coming up for you next, right? Whatever this new opportunity is, it's going to be fair. It's going to be fair. It's going to be like all of this like new, like with the finances, there's money coming in. There's money coming in, or resources in whatever way. I feel like any loss that you may have encountered will be compensated. I'm putting that in quotations because I feel like it might not be from that past work environment. It may be, I don't know. But that it's almost like things will be restored, right? It's like things will be restored, that kind of thing. I love the chair empty and the chair filled, though. It's like you make space for something and the universe will fill it. Yeah, interesting. Okay, so you have ancestor fire, star, and then land, flower, and sun. The ancestor fires, this one talks about like your ancestors are supporting you. There's and there's something that has been planted within you from generations past. So it could be something like your ancestors are guiding you towards a better path, is what I just heard. A better path that has been sort of planted from before you were born, is how it's feeling to me. But I'm going to read the description for this one because this one feels more significant for you. Land, flower, and sun. The grass and the flowers and the butterflies are waiting for you. They are beckoning you to run barefoot through their blades, to delight in their fragrant blossoms, and to chase their brightly colored flapping wings. They miss how you used to play together when you were a child, back when you were indoctrinated to behave like a grown-up, whatever that means. Back before you got all self-conscious about who might see you rolling through the meadow, getting grass stains on your pants while you laughed and squealed and giggled. Let the child inside of you be wild and run free. Allow yourself to be formless and open, aware and unself-conscious. Put aside your judgments and your responsibilities. Now is the time for you to dance barefoot in nature and to allow the abundance of the natural world to remind you what prosperity truly is. I feel like whatever this situation was really draining you in a way where it was like removing you from your friends and family in a way where it's like you had to focus on this. It was like taking up a lot, like it could have been really stressful. It could have been really like taxing emotionally, energetically, physically. But I feel like this is kind of like you're allowed to play now is kind of how it's coming through. Like that difficult situation is over, so you can let go, you can relax a little bit. You can play, you can have fun. I feel like there's also something here about this energy, about like it's there's something surprising about the outcome of this. There's something surprising about the outcome. But surprising to you, but not surprising to your ancestors is how it's coming through. Like this was planned in some way by your spirit team is how that's feeling. Something about this situation was planned. I feel like you actually gained something that you are not seeing yet, Sagittarius. It's kind of like something about just that example of the metaphor about like you were paid in gift cards, right? Like, well, now you have a bunch of gift cards that you can use to like take your family out, like that kind of thing. It's coming through like that. Like even though that's of course not what was fair or what was wanted or like what was needed in that time, now you can actually reap the benefits of that situation and more is how it's coming through. You may not be seeing that at the point right now. You might not be seeing that in the moment, but you will be soon is how it's coming through. Because I feel like there's this energy of like having to like exhale. There's an immense sense of relief coming in your energy today, like relief. Thank God that's over. Interesting. Mental. This is talking about, I love this card. Look how beautiful it is. The mental space. I feel like it was taking up a lot of your mental space, but I'm going to read this card because these are, there are 5 cards in this deck that represent pillars, the 5 bodies that comprise the human vessel. Okay, so you have the mental pillar. When the mental pillar appears in a spread, the spirits are pointing your attention towards your mind and how it's working or not working for you. This pillar is about the thoughts you think, the words you speak, and the ideas you imagine. It's about communication and manifestation and self-talk. So check in with yourself. What are you feeding your mind? Are you thinking for yourself or are you thinking against yourself? Are you wording yourself up or are you tearing yourself down? The mental pillar is about reading, writing, and manifesting. It's also about innovating, learning new skills, and imagining a better world. This pillar is as much about what you are taking into your mind as it is about what your mind is putting out into the world. Are you thinking beautiful thoughts and telling yourself wonderful things and speaking kindness and encouragement to your tribe and into the world? What are the cards telling you about the quality of your mind? What shifts are the spirits wanting you to make so that you can upgrade your mental faculties? Yeah. Okay. Interesting. I was getting something there, Sagittarius, because I feel like your mindset is about to shift about a certain situation. your mindset is about to shift. Because I feel like you haven't been feeling this way, right? Playful, free. I feel like you haven't been, I just saw like a horse running through this field, right? Because the horse is coming through with this energy of diligence, is what I just heard. Diligence, determination, fortitude, strength, grace. But I feel like you've been feeling like reined, Sagittarius. There's this feeling of like you've been feeling reined. Like you've been like being held back, or like having to like maintain a specific course or specific focus. And I feel like that's about to shift. It's like the reins are being removed. Sorry, I just got this like anyways. if you are a woman and you have breasts, for example, and you know when you've been just wearing like a really uncomfortable bra for a long time, and then the end of the day when you take it off, it's like that kind of relief. It's like freedom. Sagittarius, it feels like that. It feels like freedom and relief after having sort of been in an uncomfortable position for a long time, is how it's coming through. So there is this energy here of like playfulness and fun. I'm sure there is a male equivalent to that, but of course I don't know what that is. Okay. So you have land, cave, and moon. Okay, so Sagittarius, I feel like you're about to be in a new mindset of this, right? This feels kind of like a sunrise. Well, it's a little bit of both. It feels kind of like, actually, it feels like a sunset. It feels like a sunset because something is setting, right? Something is finishing. It's closing off. Someone's leaving your life that you're like, thank God this is over. And I feel like you're in this place right now, or like perhaps there's a feeling of wanting to be in this place of like retreating, taking care of yourself, replenishing your energy, replenishing like your strength and like what rejuvenates you. Because it also kind of feels like whatever this situation was, or whatever energy it was that you were having to give a lot. It feels like whatever the situation was, you were having to give a lot of your energy, your time, your mental space, that kind of thing. So it's kind of like the natural thing for you to do next would be to go inward, right? To like take care of yourself and replenish. I feel like that's sort of the guidance for you, is like take your time, because I feel like as well with that beginning note, again, there are like people that you are wanting to reconnect with, it feels like friends and family, people you have been feeling separate from because you've been dealing with this situation. And the guidance here is saying, yes, you will be reunited with these people or whatever that you love, but make sure that you are taking time for yourself, right? Like take time for yourself before you go back to this group or whatever it is, the people that are waiting for you. Because I feel like there's something surprising, or maybe not surprising, but it's kind of like getting back into yourself, like becoming reacquainted with yourself before you step back out, is how it's coming through. This is a very sort of like self-nurturing energy that I'm getting with this, like returning to yourself. And I feel like there's going to be something about like because whatever it is you do to sort of replenish your energy, right? That's very like self-focused, that like is very like a self-care kind of energy, whatever that is for you, I feel like there's something surprising about that or something about like your ancestors, your spirit team are going to show you while you're in that space. They're going to show you something about yourself. Or about what the next step is, because it's kind of, it could be that like maybe you have left a tough job, or you've ended something, or like there's an ending somewhere, and perhaps you don't know what the next step is, but I feel like you're going to see it soon. You're going to see what the next step is. It might be unexpected. That's how it's feeling to me. Or because it's like, it might be unexpected, but I also feel like there's something here about like it's gonna be faster than you imagined, like, because it's kind of like as soon as this thing is over, chair empty, someone's leaving your life, the chair gets filled again by something or someone new. Like the new opportunity, whatever it is, comes in quickly. So it's kind of like Sagittarius, take a moment to pause and rest and replenish yourself. Okay. Yeah, 61. 61. I was drawn to the number for that for some reason. It says land, mountain, and moon. And there's a peacock in this card, which is interesting. That's coming through with this energy of integrating truth and beauty. Land, mountain, and moon. To raise our consciousness and expand our perspective, we must activate our feminine energies. We must activate our intuition, our emotion, our empathy, and our receptivity. We must practice self-care. We must nurture ourselves and nourish ourselves with love. Western culture is still in the process of remembering how to honor the feminine, having lost its way by forsaking the heart to worship at the altar of the mind. Let go of the mental acrobatics and the thinking and the doing and the striving. Give your inner masculine a rest. You are being asked to activate your feminine and to rest there and to allow it to lift you to a higher vantage point where you can see past the horizon out into a beautiful new realm of possibilities. Yeah. For you, Sagittarius, it feels like, again, giving your masculine energy a rest. Because it feels kind of like whatever this is a very feminine energy card. I feel like whatever is coming up for you, you will be receiving, is how it's coming through. Like you don't have to go out and chase. You don't have to go out and look, is how it's feeling to me. It's almost like if you are in this energy of receiving, of giving to yourself, this opportunity comes to you, is how it's feeling to me. Which is really interesting. It's kind of like you get like a knock on your door, or like, I'm not saying you don't have to go out and like look, like it feels kind of like when you're doing something like replenishing your energy, whatever that is, right? That could be like running errands, for example, like going to the grocery store, making sure your fridge is stocked and like all of that. It's that kind of energy, like taking care of yourself. When you're doing that, that's when this new opportunity comes in, when you are taking care of yourself or nurturing yourself. Interesting as well that this card talks about sort of like getting out of your head, right? The mental acrobatics, but that's your strength right now. Because I feel like whatever this situation was requiring a lot of mental energy. So you may be still in that place of like having to use your intellect, your mind, in order to like navigate whatever this tricky situation was. And so when that is over, it's actually kind of like giving your mind a break, not having to like overthink things, or if doesn't have to be overthink, but not having to like think about something, I feel like is part of your rest, not having to think. because it kind of feels like planning and things like that. I feel like what you're being asked to focus on is a more feminine, receptive, self-nurturing, receiving kind of energy. What is this new opportunity? I'm seeing the element of air coming in. The elements, pick a card reading that I did yesterday, the air reading might have a message in there for you. Like I'm getting like a hot air balloon. Or like a balloon in general. Like something filling with air. Yeah. Okay, I feel like you're not going to see it yet is how it's coming through with this eagle card. This card talks about like healing codependency. That's what this card talks about. It's so interesting that the eagle, though, is the symbol for that. Because, again, you have air. You have a lot of air here. Peacock and eagle. And this land, cave, and sun card, that talks about illumination and clarity, that it's going to steadily open up. You have a lot of sixes in your reading. I feel like it is going to be collaborative, right? But with this energy here of this card represents healing codependency. Whatever is up ahead for you, it's not going to be codependent, is how it's coming through. It's going to be six of cups is what wants to come through, but also six of pentacles, like reciprocal, interdependent. You're working together with someone. There's like a give and take. There's receiving, giving. Because I feel like there may also be an energy within you, Sagittarius, of like feeling reluctant to give, or being apprehensive about that because of the past situation where it's like you gave a lot and all you received were gift cards. Like it's kind of coming through like that. But I feel like whatever this situation is you will be receiving what it is that you need and want from this new opportunity. You will be receiving what you need. But there's still a little bit, it's kind of like you don't have, because there's this energy here of like a lot of mental energy about like worry, trying to plan ahead. Like, what if this happens? I need to be ready for that. If this happens, I need to be ready for that. Like, it's kind of like having to negotiate different possibilities is how it's feeling. And I feel like it's saying, like, you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry. Because whatever is up ahead for you, you will be receiving what you need. I feel like that was sort of this mental energy feels like something where you had to like, because it was like, especially if you weren't getting paid enough, right? Like where you had to like think about, okay, well, this is how much money I have. How am I going to like feed my family? Like it's kind of coming through like that, or that's an example, right? Whatever it is. I feel like this feeling of like not having enough was taking up a lot of your mental energy. And it's like saying, Sagittarius, you can relax, you can let that go, because that's the mindset shift that is happening. There's like that feeling of like a horse that has like a bit in their mouth, right? Like that they can only go in one direction, or they have to stay really focused on something. It's like that is going to be let go so that you can play and have fun and relax and not have to worry about those kinds of things. I'm not saying that those are not going to be present. It will be, I feel like, but you will at least have what you need, because what I feel like the situation that you're coming out of, you don't even have what you need. It's not enough for what you need. Like basic needs is kind of how it's coming through. You will have what you need is what is being assured for you. But for the moment, it's just kind of like take a moment to yourself, Sagittarius. Restore and replenish your energy, because whatever is coming to you, you will be receiving. You do not have to go out and search for it. There's this very strong energy of Six of Pentacles coming through. Okay, what's at the center of this? Yeah. This card talks about temper and anger, especially in terms of like if there's been an injustice. Like if you haven't been compensated, right? That's what this is about. I feel like there's this energy of like releasing the anger that comes from that. Releasing the anger perhaps that you felt about an unfair situation or an unjust situation. It's like you can let that go, Sagittarius. It may take a little bit of time for you to let that go. That's totally normal. And that's where this energy of like this land, because you have 3 of the land cards, I just noticed, right? Like, because there's 4 of each card. You have land, cave, moon. Oh no, sorry. That's not a cave card. You have 2 of the cave cards. Land, cave, moon, and land, cave, sun. So I feel like it's saying to just like focus on your inner landscape, right? Like this energy of nurturing yourself, letting go of anger and resentment, doing things that replenish your energy and that like give you joy, right? That calm you down, that are like very like soothing. Because I feel like there is something as well, like if you have been dealing with someone difficult, like having to like stay within your mind, right? Because it's kind of like, I feel like you did that. You successfully sort of like controlled your anger or your temper or that kind of thing by like staying in your mental space, right? To like actively control your anger is how it's coming through. So now there's this energy of just like releasing it in a healthy way that's not going to be destructive, but it's through like nurturing yourself, right? I feel like the anger is just going to like naturally dissipate. Can I have another card for the center? Fire, ancestor fire, and moon. Interesting. So you have 2 ancestor fires and you have 2 cave cards. Because I feel like your ancestors are trying to show you this. I keep hearing that it was planned this way. Like this was part of your like a significant lesson that you needed to learn, maybe. Or that like it's all according to plan. Even this was according to plan is how it's coming through. Because I feel like you learned something in this period of tribulation is how it's going through. Like whatever this challenge was, it's like you learned something about it or about yourself or about something that even maybe feels unrelated to whatever it was that you were dealing with. Anyways, the ancestors are calling you. The ancient elders speak in whispers through signs and symbols and dreams in nature. Their call can be as inconspicuous as a gentle breeze blowing across your shoulder or as a song lyric that comes on when you start your car. All the ancestors ask of you is that you pay attention, heed their call, and respond. It is time to connect with your ancestors. Build a bridge that allows their presence to be felt and acknowledged. Create an altar for those in your bloodline who walked this earth before you. Make an offering, say a prayer, sing a song. The ancestors have wisdom to share with you. Your connection will create more ease in your life and more trust in your soul. Yeah, Sagittarius, I feel like you're being asked to go within, to like get really quiet and connect with like your spirit team, or connect with your guides, or whatever label you want to put there. Could be literal ancestors as well. Like connect with spirit is how it's feeling, because they're going to show you something. Obviously, I don't know what that is. That's between you and your spirit team. That's between you and them. But the guidance here is just to like sit in quiet and receive and rest and replenish your energy, because you are going towards something new. Actually feels like it's coming towards you. So just be in the energy of receiving. That's how it's feeling to me, Sagittarius. So I'm going to leave it there. If this reading resonated with you, please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for sharing your energy with me, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.